today we are doing a Nightmare Before Christmas DIY jewelry tutorial with these adorable little Nano figs. And they're about $1 each at Walmart, and you can get a pack of all of them. And you can probably order them online. But they're metal, and good solid pewter jewelry is, you know, like a thing, and these are probably a similar metal, like as far as durability and like all that. And they don't look chintzy or costumey, so that's cool. So we're doing different designs with each one because of the way they're constructed. So yeah, and if you guys are new, do subscribe, check out our spooky playlist. I'm Morticia. Gomez is behind the camera. We have our little spooky Christmas thing going on behind me, and here is Zero. He's the first one because he was the easiest. The cord I used is called rat tail. I don't know because it's round. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. And it's silk, and you could use like even just silk ribbon from a crafts like fabric section or somewhere at Walmart or whatever, any kind of cord you want to use. But he didn't even need any like wire or anything. He's like the easiest to do because he has a little opening between where his ears are like hitting his back. So there's just this little hole, and all I did was stick the cord through the hole and then tie a knot, like just a loop knot like that, where it goes around so that he hangs and doesn't keep turning. So there's a little knot above him, and that's how Zero hangs. And as soon as I got these little Nano figures in a Halloween swap box trade from our friend Miranda, I was just like, okay, he has to be worn right now, and I was wearing him for like Halloween, so Zero's so adorable. So it's a nice big sturdy metal 3D Zero pendant. He says woo. Okay, because ghosts say woo when he's a ghost. Now the next one, again, I'm going to do Sally and the adorable little evil teddy bear are going to have a similar setting, but since Sally doesn't look like a teddy bear, they're going to look different. But they're the most involved, even though they're not that hard. So let's do Jack. This is Pajama Jack. I have his big doll version from Hot Topic. That's this one, so it's my favorite Jack. He's so adorable. Except the Pumpkin King, and they didn't come out with the Pumpkin King Nano fig that I have seen yet. So you've got this part where his arms are crossed, and it's giving you a bit of a ledge, as it were. Just like when you're making jewelry, you see it as something that the wire can clutch onto. So I'm using 24 gauge silver for this. It's crafting wire. You can find it at Walmart. You can find it in Joann's. You can use the aluminum that is used for floral, or you can just go and get the coated craft wire from the jewelry department, either way you want. The floral is usually a bigger pack. Now, I'm just going to wrap it a couple times. I wrapped it around, see where it goes between up his waist and like where it meets his arms. And just like I'm going to wrap it around twice. Once would be enough, but I just like to be extra sturdy because I sleep in my jewelry and I just do everything in it, so I want it to be sturdy. Now, it's been wrapped around twice. It's just going to blend in. It's just one little part, and then I'm going to make it stay by just doing the little bread tie thing and making it twisty. You want to make it nice and tight so that he doesn't slide off. And you're using that part where the arms are crossed so that, again, the wire's tight on his waist, the arms are keeping it from sliding. Now I'm doing a cute little spiral so that it will look fancy. And then at his back is where we are going to make the loop for the cord or chain to go through that he will be put on. And just twirling it around. And I always give myself extra wire because I'd rather have too much than too little. But now I can just go ahead and cut that off, this little end, with my scissors, and then I will put him on and show you how he looks. This is how he looks before I put him on a chain or cord. That's just him with this little silver notch on his back where the chain is going to go through. And here's how Jack hangs. Let's see, I'm just going to, because you can mold the wire, press the top so that it looks a little flatter, and then he's just going to hang like that. What do you think, Gomez? Is he adorable?
Yes, he's very charming.
Very festive Jack.
Yes.
All cozy in his winter PJs. So that's how he will look. And then there's Zero. I need to get Jack on a slightly shorter chain. I just didn't arrange the perfect length. So it would be cool when it's like this, and then I'll have like Jack up here, Zero here. What shall we do, Gomez? Sally or the bear first?
The bear.
Very well. I'm going to give you Sally probably, and I'll wear Jack. It'll be cute.
Okay.
Eventually, so you can wear her. But right now, the bear's going to have the same design as Sally, but again, since she doesn't look like a bear, they will still look different. So I'm getting a nice amount of wire. I don't like do measurements, like measure this much or this much, because each piece is different, and you just kind of guesstimate and give yourself a little extra. I usually do like a couple feet and then just fold it. So now I've got like folding it over and I'm cutting it. You just give yourself extra wire to work with and then cut off the excess. It's so inexpensive that it's just better, because if you give yourself too little, you've wasted it because you don't have enough. So it's better to waste it and have enough and get your thing done. Now, what you do is you put the two pieces, it's just like if you wire wrapped a pendant, but it's a certain way we're doing this. Get the two together and kind of twist them together in the middle. You're making a foundation for the base, and it's just a little spiral thing right there between my fingers. Kind of like what I did with Jack's bail where the chain goes, but it's just like in the middle. And then we're going to stand the bear's base on that little foundation that we did with the twisty wire. And see, the wire is going to hold on to the base, so you're going to pull it tight like that. A lot of people use tools to wire wrap, but I just use my hand. My hand is the tool. It's just quicker for me. And I'm doing the same thing on this side, pulling it tight against the base so that it has something to cling to and it won't be loose and come off. And now we're going to just spiral up the sides, almost like we're making a frame for him. Like he's I wouldn't say a cameo, but cameos have the frame too, you know. So he's just a fancy little spooky bear in his little spiral silver frame where he is going to hang out. And then I'm just going to go like slightly toward the back of his head here with this, like just slightly. Not it's hard on the back as Jack was, but and then close this off on both sides right at the back behind his ears, so his little ears show in the front in a second. And I'm again twirling them all together, so this is going to be a nice thick sturdy bail because he's heavier than Jack. So we're using a 20 gauge wire for him. And the other one was 24. It was a little thinner and delicate because Jack is thinner and more delicate. So now we're making the loop at the top of the bear's head instead of like all behind it. Again, he's just a different shape and it's going to look different. So this is going to look good once it's done. Just right now he's got wire sticking out. He looks all deadly. Don't mess with me, I've got wire. That's from the bear. I guess it could be from me right now too. I could poke my eye or someone else's eye out with this right now. It's really sharp. Hey, I had to get twisted. We're doing like Nightmare Before Christmas. So now this is extra, but I said, you know, it's not a lot of extra. It's just a little bit, and I could keep twining it around, but I don't want to make it bulky up here. So we're going to cut this off. This is how he looks while he's all wrapped. Jewelry-fied. I like 3D pendants, and it's hard to find good Nightmare Before Christmas jewelry. And when I saw these little nano figs, I went, oh my god, some of these are going to make really cool pendants. So got him on a nice dark red cord, and so he will hang like that. And that's how he'll look. And now I have an evil teddy bear I can wear around. Yes. And now let us do the same thing to the lovely Sally. We're giving her the same spiral base here in the middle for her little bottom part to stand on. And taking it up on the sides, pulling it tight at the bottom of her base here so that it stays firm. And we're giving her the same frame look on the sides as our lovely, gentle, darling teddy bear has. And the same on this other side. Pulling it tight keeps it in place, keeps it tied down. There we go. And we have the cute frame design up the sides. Again, this side. The bear isn't moving, and I don't think she's going to move, but if it does a little bit, as long as it's not going to come out, that's really okay. Now, because she's smaller and doesn't have as much purchase on her head for the wire to go, I'm going to have to stop the frame right at her neck, and we're not going to choke her with the wire, but we're going to bring it around from the front where it's still holding her in right here so it crosses her front here. But we don't want to cover her face or anything by having to crisscross it like I would on a stone. So we're going to bring the wire from the front around to the back and do our twirl that we did at the back of Jack's head and the teddy bear, but just a little bit lower on Sally. You just push the jump ring once you've made it with the wire up a little bit like I did on Jack where she hangs right. And let's see how she looks. Let's check her out. Before I put her on, This is the lovely Sally with her little fancy frame on the cord. Isn't she charming?
Yes.
Like a statue that I can wear. I'm sorry, Zero. He's just getting abused today. And then she's looking at us like this. So that is Sally. And they were all fun to do. I love all of these, and it's really nice to have Nightmare Before Christmas jewelry. Like I said, Zero is the fastest. And if you want to collect the Nano figs and just have one pendant and you don't really want to work with wire, Zero is the one to do. But if you want to do the others, you can see it wasn't that hard. And I didn't even have to use tools, so it's pretty easy. So we hope you enjoyed, and until next time,
Stay spooky, my friends.